had a wonderful life. I had 46 first cousins. Family was the most important thing in my life. I have fond memories of my childhood. It's beautiful. In my family, drinking is a rite of passage. It's like a part of our lifestyle, you know, it's a part of our family heritage. In high school, it was just at the high school dances. We used to meet, get a buyer, and go up on the tracks, have a few drinks. It was just like a social thing. I went from having fun for a period of time to having drugs and alcohol would dictate what I was doing in my life. When I was asked to leave college, my family was disappointed, particularly my parents, because they gave us opportunities that weren't afforded to them as kids. It had taken such a priority in my life, it got to that point that I would say, you know, who cares? You know, and when the normal person would say, wow, that's crazy, you know. I worked hard, I tended to play hard. I would drink after work, smoke marijuana, with the occasional cocaine. As long as like the bills were getting paid, my kids were getting the clothes they needed and things that they needed in life, things were okay. I had been a union steward on some really big jobs in the Ted Williams Tunnel, the Prudential, Center Plaza. So I was really looked up to at one point before I got into the opiates. I went from just taking them occasionally as needed to eventually start taking them a little more frequently, and then I was using them all and running out like a week ahead of time. So I would have to go to the street. Now I'm connected with different drug addicts. Always saying at the time that I will never, you know, never do heroin or smoke crack like that guy. Always comparing myself to other people. I got a house, things, a good job. People knew what was going on, people talked, and then I became unemployable. And I think after 2 years of not working, that's when a sheriff, 2 constables, and 4 moving trucks came to our front door and told us we had to leave our house.
So they dropped me off at my house, and then I went up to the door and I noticed I couldn't get in, and there was a lock on it. And I ended up kicking in the door and then walking around, there was nothing. Just going into where you grew up your whole life and there not being anything really. Everything that made it into a home was gone.
He was there alone for about an hour before my wife figured out that he was there. And that hurts. Now I'm doing drugs that I said I wouldn't do before. I was using needles, injecting heroin and cocaine, smoking crack. I went back to my father's house, and my dad, he said, I love you, son, but I can't love you to death. You've got to go. I have 46 first cousins, and I had nowhere to go because I didn't burn every bridge. I had blown them all up. I used to sleep on the side of Molina Cass Boulevard between Harrison Avenue and Albany Street. There's a little patch of trees and some grass there. My world had become real small. And I woke up one morning and I was dope sick and desperate. And I picked up a piece of cardboard and I wrote, please help me, I'm homeless. Here I was panhandling one day, and I heard, "Hey, Mr. Duffy, is that you?" And I turned around, and it was one of my son's friends from Foxborough. And he said to me, "Here I am holding the sign. What are you doing here, Mr. Duffy?" And he gave me $2. And his light turned green and he drove away. And I felt a pain inside of me I had never felt before, ever. It was unmistakable, it was undeniable. And it was at that exact moment that my life became unacceptable to me for the very first time.
When PJ first came to the Moving Ahead program, one thing I do remember about him was how committed he was to the program and how committed he was to his sobriety and really, really looking out for his classmates.
And I made an agreement with myself and my sponsor that I would utilize every asset and resource that this place would offer me and that I would give it 110%.
With the help of the instructor, myself, and employment specialist, we was able to create a wonderful resume that was really new to PJ because he hadn't been looking for a job in a long, long time. The Moving Ahead program offered him the stabilization that he needed. I think it would have been extremely difficult for PJ to be successful without the Moving Ahead program or St. Francis House.
I am now reliable, I'm dependable, I haven't missed a day's work. I have a passion for my job and I enjoy it.
He's become one of the great utility guys in our organization, and so he really helps out in a number of different ways. PJ uses his history in a way that the clients identify with, that when he talks to them, they know that he's been where they're at now.
Because I know exactly how you feel, but after a couple days you're going to start feeling a little bit better.
The St. Francis Moving Ahead program is a life changer. PJ is a testament to that. We're really, really grateful that he's here, and I'd like to have about 5 or 6 more folks just like him.
My family has been there for me the whole time. This disease takes away your ability to love and be loved, and now I can accept that love. I want to be a part of my kids' lives. So proud of Matthew, Brendan, Aiden, and Shannon. They have come such a long way.
St. Francis House helped my father a lot with his road to recovery, and I'm proud of my father for what he's done. And even if you've been through all the stuff that he's been through, you can still make it out and be successful.
I'm blown away at what the St. Francis House did for me. I didn't believe in myself. The St. Francis House taught me how to believe in myself and gave me back my life.